Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening. Today is September 7th, 2023. This is the Environmental Board. We have an agenda that we're going to follow. The first item is Michael Skoka, 93 T Kettle Spout Road, construct a single-family house within the buffer. Could you please state your name?
Michael Skoka.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, there were no questions or comments from the public. Did you make any changes to the plans as submitted and approved?
No.
So you're going to build it as is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we have everything here. Any questions, anybody?
I do not.
Okay, so do I have a motion to grant permit number 996 to Mr. Michael Skoka for the location of 93 T Kettle Spout Road, Mahopac, New York? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so just see Rose on Monday.
Okay. Can I have a quick question?
Sure.
Those little round,
Placards.
yeah.
Yep.
See Rose.
What do I got them. What do I spike them in with? Like,
Do you have, you can either use the metal fence, not fence post, but the sign posts.
Oh, okay.
Or you can use something that's gonna stand there and
Okay.
stay there permanently.
Okay.
You can put them on trees too. I've seen them, people put them on trees as long as it's spaced roughly correctly.
Yeah, 50 feet apart, right?
Yeah, and the only stipulation you have is the town wetland inspector to do a pre and post inspection.
Yes.
Of your erosion, okay?
All right, thank you.
No problem, let's just do the EAF. Will the proposed action create a material conflict or land use? No. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. You don't need to stay for this.
Rich did the inspection. Rich came out and did the inspection.
You put the stuff up, so you're fine.
Okay, all right.
Will the proposed action have an impact on the CEA? No.
No.
Will the proposed action result in adverse change in existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure?
No.
No. Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy as it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy, conservation, or renewable energy opportunities? No.
No.
Will the proposed action affect public or private water or public-private wastewater? No.
No.
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in adverse change to natural resources? Will the proposed action result in increase in potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage?
No.
No.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources?
No.
Okay. Okay, that one's done. Okay, next item. Western Bluff subdivision, 350 West Shore Road, 3-lot subdivision. Please state your name and who you're here to represent.
Vincenzo Federici with Keller Sessions.
Okay, good evening. Were there any changes from the permits, the plans that you had previously submitted?
No.
So you're gonna build it as is?
Yes.
Okay. There were no comments or questions from the public. I have to do an EAF, sign the permit.
Correct.
Anybody have any questions?
When were they before us?
They were before us in, May 18th, July 20th, 2023. Do you have
Yes,
planning board
I see
approval?
Yes.
Spill kit, 6 mil poly, infiltrators plan, maintenance, DEC driller's permit, well, right, we talked about a lot of these, SWIP approval, septic tank removal, fueling plans, wetland signs on map, wastewater
Yeah.
manifest note, double silt fence.
Exactly.
Building notes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So do I have a motion to approve permit number 997 to Dominic Santucci for Weston Bluff subdivision for 350 West Shore Drive, Carmel, New York, with the following stipulation. Town wetland inspector to do pre and post site visits for installation of erosion control. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're good.
Thank you.
Aye.
Okay.
Have a good night.
We just have to do an EAF. This guy. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use planning or zoning regulations? No. Will the proposed action result in a change in use of intensity or use of land? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in adverse change, biking or walkway? No. Will the proposed action cause an increased use of energy and it fails to incorporate renewable energy? No.
No.
Will the proposed action impact existing public-private water or public-private wastewater treatment facilities? Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in adverse change to natural resources? No. Will the proposed action result in increased potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. And will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No. Okay, another happy co-star. Okay, that's two approved. Okay, I'm gonna go out of order here on the permits, on this stuff. The next item is Messner, Warren, and Angela, 44 Sycamore Road, replace boathouse dock, deck, and stone wall. Here. Okay, please state your name and who you're here for.
Bob Strom, representing Warren and Angela Messner.
Okay. You were here last time, we'd asked you to do make some changes onto your scope of work, I guess.
Correct.
So you're gonna replace the decking only on the replace the decking only on the deck?
Correct.
Correct. And add the blue stone on the drawing,
We've got that on.
did, and show the 100-foot buffer, silt fence, 100-foot buffer, and let's see this. Still variable was indicated on survey, request inspection, remove and replace damaged rock boathouse framing components, remove and replace roof shingles, remove. So all work is gonna be by hand, request inspection, boom, maintain throughout the project, remove boom. And this is just for the dock, and storm age related. Okay. Any questions?
No substructure. Did you add a note into the file indicating that there was no substructure work? And is that still the case?
Yes.
I didn't see,
On the dock, the boathouse itself
Right.
is
Come on in, Ed.
Right, I know the boathouse is
Yeah.
coming down to the
Yeah.
foundation and then being rebuilt. Right.
Correct, correct.
The dock itself, though, no substructure work. Okay.
Right.
Now, let me ask a question. The electric, lighting, and service outlets, you're not running a new line to the house, right? There's existing line out there?
There's an existing conduit out there.
Okay.
We will be pulling new wire.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
I just want to know if you have to trench. 'Cause
Yeah.
Then it adds to area disturbance.
Silt fence, 100-foot buffers on there.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine. This is great. Everything was added.
All right. Do I have a motion to accept the application for Messner, Warren, and Angela, 44 Sycamore Drive, replace boathouse, dock, deck, and stone wall? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're on the clock.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. Two meetings.
2 meetings.
Okay. All right, great. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Maybe get out of here before the rain comes.
It's coming tonight?
No.
Is it? I thought it was supposed to, I thought it got moved to tomorrow now.
It's coming at us.
I got a part of my roof off right now, so hopefully not.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too. Okay, for the next item, I am going to recuse myself, and I am going to take the podium, and Nick, you're in charge.
Would you please come up to the podium and state your name? Who are you here to represent?
Good evening. My name is Bob Laga. I am a member of the Mahopac Ridge Beach Association. For the record, I sit on the chair for the Environmental Conservation Board. I've consulted with the town's attorney. I'm allowed to represent the entity of the Mahopac Ridge, and there will be no effect of my, everything is submitted in kind. I checked with Joe Charbonneau. I'm allowed to represent the board, so the Mahopac Ridge. So
All right, Mr.
have
Locke.
at it.
So please take us through the project.
Okay, so I belong to the Mahopac Ridge Beach Association. It's over by McDonald Marina. There's an existing dock there. There was an existing dock there. There's a picture in the file. Late last fall, early spring, we found the dock in the water. So instead of calling for getting a permit to pull it out, we figured it would be best to take it out. So the existing dock was an 8x20 dock, and we are just looking to replace that in kind with a 8x20 dock. They're going to install, I gave you a couple sketches there. I gave you a plot plan. I gave you a sketch of the dock that's going to be installed permanently. It's 8x20. We're looking for a letter of maintenance to install it. We're using a local dock builder in the neighborhood, Dock Builders Corporation. They're licensed and insured, familiar with doing this type of work. They're going to, I've also included a copy of the deed for the property, as well as the incorporation agreement of the lake itself. And I'm a member of the board. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees.
Can you please bring us through the sequence of construction?
Sure.
And any changes to, and if there is going to be any changes to the dock itself or how it's currently structured?
Okay,
and-
so all work is going to be done by hand. There will be no mechanical equipment to install the dock. I'm not proposing a boom at this time because all the debris, there is no debris, there was nothing there, it was cleaned up. So then the contractor's going to come in, install some 1.5-inch diameter galvanized steel posts into the bed of the lake, 4 of them, maybe 6. Once those are installed, he's going to use hardware, install a deck framing system, which is a 2x10 pressure-treated lumber. Once those joists are in, he's gonna put the decking on it and call it a day. And all the debris is gonna be stored on the property, on the land, and all the debris will be removed upon completion of the project. There will be no digging, there will be no concrete work. We're using the existing seawall that's there. There's already 3 notches that are already installed there. They've been there since the 50s, so we're gonna reuse those as well, and to just slot those in and maybe drill a header board on it, but that's about it.
Is there any other work to the seawall bulkhead at all?
No, as much as the seawall needs a little help, again, when we found that we had this problem on the property, we don't run on a profit on this, in this incorporated, the beach association. So what we did was we had a fundraising where all families were assessed an additional fee this year to cover the cost of that. So we finally got the money, that's why we're here today. I'm here today.
The poles are going to be just driven in by hand? Into the
Driven in
ground?
by hand or a pneumatic, or with an electric or a pneumatic gun, but nothing, no hydraulic ram, no backhoe, nothing. And there's an existing, if you look at the picture I gave you, I don't know whose kids those are, but there's already an existing gate there. There's an existing gate there that, it's gonna line up exactly there. It's gonna line up there. And we also, not that we use the dock for boats or anything, we just use it, the kids like to go out there and fish and, and it kind of protects them from, boaters ripping through the area, because we're right on the corner there. So all we're looking for is a letter of maintenance. I gave you a sketch of the survey of the property. I've laid out as much as I could. I did not have an official survey, but the lot is roughly 60 by 115, 120 feet wide. There's an existing gazebo, an existing shed, 2 gates lined by hedges. I don't know if you've seen the hedge job in front of that property this summer, but we took them down pretty good. And there's 3 gates on the property. I also gave you another sketch of how the dock is going to be installed with the posts and the decking and the joists. And then you have the deed and the incorporated paper. That's I think all I needed to submit. And I also gave you a copy of the proposal from the contractor with his license number.
Excellent. When are you looking to get this actually worked on?
Within the next 2 weeks. I was hoping, we're going for the letter of maintenance. If I can get the approval on the letter of maintenance, a verbal today, basically it's to go ahead. I know I can get the permit next week, and then I would see him next week to give him a down payment, and then he would schedule it within the next 2 weeks. I'd like to get it done before winter, obviously. So at least we have it for next summer.
Got it. Any questions from the board?
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions either. That's pretty straightforward. It's a small, relatively small dock. Only comes out 20 feet. That's well within the 25 feet off the shore. Your map has everything that we need on it. You listed out the materials being used. The dock's already currently out. What did you do with the existing dock?
It went into a 10-yard dumpster.
Got it.
It was a all hands on deck type of thing, and I figured, like I said, it happened on a weekend. We just figured I'm not going to let it sit there over a weekend, so we just pulled it out, cut it up on shore, and threw it in a dumpster.
So there's no dock there now?
There's nothing there now, except for the bulkhead.
Got it. I don't have any questions. I think this is fine. Does anyone have any others?
I don't.
No.
All right. Do I have a motion to grant a letter of permission to...
Letter of maintenance.
Letter of maintenance to the Mahopac Ridge Beach Association, 115 East Lake Boulevard, to replace an 8x20 dock. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Okay. I'm back.
We can pass those sheet back.
Thank you. Okay, there are no meeting minutes that we have to approve. With that, there's no other business for the board, so do I have a motion to close the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Stay cool. Bye-bye.